Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. Hey, before I do anything, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. I wanted to bring up something today because those of you who have been with us for a while know we've been under attack. For the last 4 something years, we've been under attack. And it is not by any of the locals, it's not by the Italians at all, it's not by any of the above, it's something different, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So it started when we brought over, like when Super Savvy first hit, we had our viral video, The Truth About €1 Italian Houses, and we had so many people that said, oh, we want to come over, we want to work with you, we want to buy a property in your gorgeous village, we want to be part of the community, you know, and so we were able to facilitate the sale of at least 40 properties just in our village. And these were abandoned or quasi-abandoned properties. They all needed renovations. So there was a lot of money coming into this area. Money for properties, money for services, money for builders, materials, furniture, kitchens, accommodations, anything. And it was all focused in this one village of 1,200 people, little hill town in Calabria. And it was quite a shock. Antonella and I were amazed, and we were really tired, but it was so exciting. So that happened. And of course, when that happens, money, attention comes into an area. Grifters are not far behind. And it's usually somebody who wants to come in and take your success and bend it to their benefit. And when you say, no, you don't get to do that, I didn't bring these people in so you can grift off of them, then the attack started. And it started with false reports, anonymous false reports, the Guardia di Finanza, which is the Italian tax agency. I don't even know what it said. They don't even show you who's accusing you or what is said about you. They just come in and investigate. So they looked over our stuff online because we don't really have an office. We were just going to work out of our home. And they said, no, that we don't see anything. Thanks to Nick Metta at Studio Legale Metta, we have him review everything before we do anything. So we were pretty safe, but they did raid the office of our associates. So that, usually ends up, and I've been talking to Nick about this, and there have been a lot of people that have been investigated, probably because they were successful in false reports and anonymous reports to the authorities. But it basically entails years of legal wrangling, a lot of attorney's fees, and you have to prove innocence. So it was a very rough blow to all of us, really, because we're a team. Well, when that failed to take us personally out, a few weeks later, after we were, I guess, exonerated or whatever you want to call it, our car was burned in our driveway. Our new car that we had just bought was burned in our driveway. And I don't know if you've ever looked out the window and saw the reflection of flames on your neighbor's wall and looked down to see your ar on fire intentionally, but I'll tell you, it's a very special feeling. So that happened. And when we refused to give up everything that we had created in that village, there were the threat letters, extortion letters, threat letters, really nasty, vicious letters, and bullets in the mail and that sort of thing. Not only for us, but also to our associates who also had their property burned as well. And again, this is not an Italian. So we obviously, it was very obvious who this person was. I won't say why. That's a whole subject for a book that I'm writing that you can read all about it. But suffice to say, it was quite obvious who it was. As soon as I made it known to that person that we knew, all of those things stopped, the letters, the burnings, and all of those kinds of things. However, the narcissistic gang stalking campaign continued because it had started even before the raid from the Guardia di Finanza. It started way back with rumors about my husband, rumors about me. The big rumor, the one that this person was telling everybody, was that Chris and Pete burned their own car for publicity purposes. And I find that hilarious because A, a criminal always accuses you of what they're doing, and B, that was a €17,000 Fiat. If I wanted to burn my own car, I'd go to Massimo over at Car Systems, and I go, Massimo, I need a €1,000, Panda or something. Just drag it up and drop it in the driveway. It doesn't have to run, nothing. And then I would burn that if I were of a criminal mind, okay? Because why would I burn a €17,000 new Fiat in my own driveway? It makes no sense. But certain people believed it. And then you have a narcissistic gang stalking campaign, which it still goes on to this day. And every time we have a win for the village, like last year, the Ministry of Culture was sent down to our village by the president of Calabria And he said he sent me down here to find out what you guys are doing. Like, what are you doing? We're hearing about you all the way down in Cosenza. How are you bringing all these people in? Because the big thing in Italy is salvaging the hill towns that are being abandoned. Well, obviously this hill town has been completely revitalized, and they were thinking, well, maybe this is something we can do elsewhere. So we had a very nice meeting with him. I publicized it. Oh, the flurry of attacks and the lies and the defamation. And then a few weeks later, we had a beautiful concert that Super Savvy put on in the church. We put on several concerts for free in our village. And every time we did that, oh, here comes a flurry of more attacks and things like that, you know, and lies and all this stuff. The online stalking, every time I'm written up or Super Savvy is mentioned in any of these publications, like even the most famous travel magazine in the world, they all piled on, and it's obvious to see, you know, create fake accounts, and it's always the same guys. The same lies, the same defamation and whatnot, and it's going to continue. You know, I did do criminal background and checks on some of these people, and let's just say they are extremely criminal against some of the most vulnerable in our society, and I'll just leave it at that. And happily, a lot of them don't live there. They just, for whatever reason, have to pile on. And it's become very obvious to me because I worked with Marla Diane, who is a business coach. She worked as a publicist in Hollywood for a lot of years, so she knows all about this stuff. And she said, yeah, you're right on schedule, Chris. You know, anybody in your position is getting it. And I went, oh, wow. And it really came home to me like a few weeks ago. I was walking through and I went, yeah, she's right. Like, it's not about me at all. It's nothing personal. Anybody in my position will get it. And you've seen that, you know, the attacks on these wonderful influencers. I don't like that word. I like enlighteners, people who enlighten people and get them to, you know, think about things or whatever. A lot of them get viciously attacked so bad that they disappear after a while. And I understand. I really do. So that was pretty enlightening. And I went, okay, yeah, I could put a stick up in the piazza and they'd attack that, you know. I could put up, and I might do that one day, put up a flag in front of somewhere that means nothing, you know, Charlie Brown or something. Oh, it'll be attacked, you know, all kinds of things. I could come in on angel's wings and, you know, with choirs from above singing and land in the piazza and bless everybody and, you know, whatever. I would still be attacked. Not that I can do that. I can't. But the point is, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm going to be attacked because I'm here and I'm communicating. So whenever stuff like this happens, I always go, okay, what's my responsibility? Where did I go wrong, right? And I think back to when I first started Super Savvy, and I go, okay, my decision back then was Pete, you know, I was talking to him, let's just be a little bit famous. I don't want to be big famous. I don't want to be attacked. I don't want to, you know, I don't want any of, you know, the stuff that's ironically happening now. We'll be a little bit famous. We'll bring in people to play with. We'll help the village by bringing in work, because in Calabria, the best thing you can do is give somebody work. That's like the greatest gift you can give them. So we gave them a pretty good gift by bringing in all this work for them so that they could make money and they could survive better. One of my friends said, you know, there used to be a lot of beaters in the parking lot. Now they all have big luxury cars. And I love that. That's why we're there. That's why we're there. So that decision, let me tell you something, never go halfway. Never go halfway in on anything. Never go a little bit this or a little bit that. It's like Grant Cardone says, be obsessed or be average. And I'm telling you, being average is death. You're going to get all the bad about being wildly successful, but none of the good. So that changes today, folks. That decision has gone into the ash heap of history. All of my attention now is going to be on getting really big and getting a lot of attention and a lot of influence and a lot of money coming in for various people and causes and whatnot. And, you know, let's just throw caution to the winds, because I'm already attacked. I've already got stalkers. I may as well have 100 stalkers, you know? Let's make it exciting and fun. You know, these guys are kind of boring, actually, to be honest with you. Anyway, the whole point of this video is never go halfway. Always go full in. Be obsessed, like I was with my painting. I was totally obsessed with that and learned to paint pretty well in a short time. But that's what you have to do. You have to be all in. You can't be half in and half out. You can't be doubting all the time. You just got to go straight on forward. So buckle up, you guys. It's going to be an exciting ride, and I'm sure I'm going to have some exciting stories for you in the very near future. So where does that leave us now? Well, basically we have moved our base of operation up to Tuscany, and we are really, really happy there. Things are booming, as they do. You know, we go there, we meet with beautiful people, wonderful associates, and people are excited about coming to Italy, and they always will be. So we're up there now. And we're still in Calabria. We're still in Puglia. You know, we have a lot of associates down there and people ready to go and help you out and help you with your renovations and everything else. But we have a new life. We have a new direction. We have new goals. And we're super happy about it. So I want to say thank you to you guys. You guys have been just so wonderful. Being in communication with you has been the joy of my life for the last 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this. Pete and I can never thank you enough for jumping in, for being part of the conversation, for being part of the community that we have found here on YouTube and on social media. So we never take that for granted. So thanks again, guys, and we will hopefully see you in the piazza very soon. Take care.